Tonight, I'm painting up some warfleets. What do we got? We have, I got an email from Sable Badger over on my mini factory saying that he did some ratman grimdark future fleets. So, absolutely, I jumped on those, printed them out, just gave him a little bit of a base coat here. We're going to try to go brown-ish with this because they're reds. Brownish, rustish. Um, we're going to start with some of the, well, we're just going to do once over and everything. We're going to go back through. I base coated them in some kind of a mocha color. So we're just going to go back through with some black and cover up the parts that I want to be metal and go from there. So off with some of this and some of this. All right, now let me put that away. I'm in between armies right now. Steven, good evening. How are you doing tonight? Yeah, we're doing warfleets because I had an opening in between the 32 millimeter armies. I got the Age of Fantasy trolls done, a little skull and crossbones. We're gonna do a little bit of rusted and ratty for these. They're gonna be like rat rods. So woo, headache time. Okay, so as you can tell, I did them on the FDM printer because that's what they were designed to be, and my FDM printer doesn't have the greatest resolution, but it's okay. We're gonna cover this in so many layers of paint, you're not gonna notice. So, center myself to the camera here. Get that big old cat hair right off the middle of it. So, how is everybody doing tonight? What are we working on out there? Do 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 do. So, let's see. What are we going to talk about tonight? I have an opportunity. Um, have I talked about this here? I don't remember. But I have a friend who is part of our gaming group. Oh, is it? Oh, ogres. Awesome. Those are always fun. But I have a friend who's part of the gaming group, and he has a pizza shop, and he wants to open a gaming space in it, which next weekend I'm going to go over there and we're going to start building. Now that I'm officially a ranger, that's where we're going to be doing all of our public OPR stuff, where I'm going to be running demo games and maybe an event one of these days. So the opportunity is, since we are building it ourselves, what do you guys look for when you go into like a gaming club? Because we won't like sell any models, and we're not going to like charge people to play there. It'll just be a spot where you can go play and get a pizza. Well, terrain, yes. But like, ooh, some Desert Africa core. I like that. God, I brought these in too fast from outside, and they got all kinds of cat hair stuck to the primer. The joys of all my cats. So I think what I'm asking for advice. What should I build inside this gaming space? Because it's already got a full-blown pizza shop on top of it. How much room? Ah! Uh, 50, maybe like 300 square feet for just the tables. So like 25 by 25. Yes, we're talking about you, cat. You're the one that's stuck all over these. Place for the way. Okay. Yeah, the pizza shop. It's in the middle. It's like a small town, so it's not like it's not in a shopping center. It's on a lake. And honestly, I haven't really explored the area much, so I don't even know what would be around there. But something for the wife and kids to do something. Okay, that's a good idea. Switching out for this brush. Okay, painting table. That's a good suggestion. You can have a painting area. commentator announcing booth. Well, uh, maybe. Greetings, Russ. How you doing tonight? Everything is pretty good. Pretty good. I'm currently in between 32 millimeter stuff right now, so that's why we're getting some warfleets tonight. I already finished the trolls for fantasy, and I just finished assembling the machine cult guides for the next Grimdark Future episode. Like the paint over there is still drying. Or not the paint, the glue is still drying on those. Then the Trench Crusade stuff, I just put the oil wash on. Like, well, I did the oil wash, and I just took the last of the oil wash off. Layer height, I think these are 0.2? 0.2? Well, that's the thing, too. With the demo table, honestly, what I'm going to be using the space for is all of my armies are going to be on the wall. Everything that I'm not currently shooting a video with. So as far as demo stuff goes, it's going to be like, what army you want? Pick it off the wall. We'll give it a shot. And then, yeah, we'll do that for now. Because I've got I've got multiples of many different armies now. That's fine. Ooh, this one's not stuck on there. We're building a become space at the hobby store, shelving for terrain, barbecue cabins, visiting my keeping. Okay. Yeah, as far as tables go, I'll see what John's plans are, because I said, hey, we're gonna run demos. I think it was on the 17th. I don't know. I put it on the public list, or the community stuff, the community events through the ranger stuff, and I don't know how to access to like see other community events. But I put it on there, and I said, hey, I need a table. And he replied back immediately, I'm on it. So I am curious to see what we are going to get for tables. Let's go in here. This. Yeah, that'll be enough for that one. Yeah, and hopefully I'll be getting the band back together, because a lot of my gaming group, we're all older. And so those guys all have like their professional lives, and they might be able to get out like once a month to play. It's just, I only get to do this because I don't sleep. Oh, that's a good idea. I could definitely do that for like a public event. Do learning how to paint days. Print off a couple of the free models and just throw it at them. Be like, here you go. Go on the table. Let me show you how to dry brush. Didn't who poo poo what? But the free models are a different thing altogether. Like they do have free stuff. It's like 4 or 5 sculpts of free models, and if it's just for teaching people how to paint, just yeah, go nuts. No, that's a thing with OPR in general. They don't like you giving away printed stuff. That's actually like all 3D print things. It's in the terms of service you get when you download the stuff. But like I said, if it's something that's out there for free, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so there's the black. Let that sit for a minute. Well, okay, those are already done. Let me clean this out. So, it, yeah, and then I'll direct people, be like, hey, you like these models? Go check out One Page Rules. And then we'll have, I don't know, I think do they have they do not have, One Page Rules does not have a commercial license. They have like different people that do print out their stuff. Like they have their own Etsy shop. They have Only Games, and then Mini War Gaming has a license to print their stuff. Plus a few others, very few others. Okay, next color. What's this color? Territorial beige. It's like the same color we got already. What is this? Is it kind of standby? What is this? Red. I don't know. Let's see here. I kind of want to do gray and rusted and busted looking for these. They're not gray, brown and rusted. This is tiny. This is one of the. These are by Sable Badger, and I think they're called teeth ships or talon ships. They're the little light ship that they're only 20 points, and when you buy one, you get 2. So I'm using his ultra light Corvette for it. Oh no, there's no smoke. It's inside of a pizza shop, so there's gonna be no smoking. There's no that like there'll be a spot outside for it, but nothing inside. All right. So let's make it a little darker. We're gonna experiment here. Let's take a little dark wood. Thin it out a bit. And then they are the ratman clans. So okay, I'm good with that. Do that for these boxes on the sides of the things. Yeah. I'm not 100% on the ratman lore for Grimdark Future. There was something like lab rats that escaped. Howdy, Daddy Fat Stack. How you doing tonight? Awesome. Well, thanks for coming by and chilling. We're just slapping some paint on some Ratman ships. Kind of doing some quick sketch-like painting. So I have a vague idea how I want them to look, but you know, that could all change. Oh, this one's not glued in. Well, you know what my advice is going to be? Just do it. Especially if you're printing out your own models, just slap paint on there. You'll never get any better until you start doing it, and then honestly, printed models are probably the best way to learn how to paint, so you're not spending hundreds of dollars on single models. And another thing is, do not let. I talked with somebody this week about painting stuff. Don't let perfect get in the way of good. That's my big advice for anyone who wants to paint models. Is especially if you're just starting out, don't let perfect get in the way of good. Because we're zoomed in here, but normally on a table, it's all the way out here. So you're not going to be able to see all the little imperfections. Like whenever I'm painting something, headache camera. Whenever I'm painting something, I know all the imperfections are there, but when you put it on the table, no one's going to know they're there but you. So there's no point in getting frustrated about it. Painting's supposed to be fun. Yeah, starting with high L's might have been a little hurdle there. Yeah. Okay, so we got those colors. Do I want to? I want to put some yellow in here. Oh, some copper. Copper, of course, because they're rats. Of course, they're gonna have copper. I just gotta find it. Every time I finish an army, I just take all the paints that I had here and just shove them in the corner. So that means I have to go through everything to find the colors again. Oh, copper. Well, that's the dark copper. I have a light copper somewhere. Horde bronze. That might work too. All right, back over here. with the bronze. Reset the camera. Okay. Little, well, little paint pots. This thing here. Oh, it's they're just 25 millimeter GW bases turned upside down, and then a 40, and then I had a 32, but I used it. I actually needed a base, so I used it on one of the Trench Crusade models. Yeah, I don't know why I started doing it, but I think I just had them sitting up here one day, and I went, I wonder. Those work too. Those work great. I think I tried to use those one time, but the grot caught me with it, and he was like, "Daddy, that's mine." So, so I lost it. Just like I got a box of his old toys out in the garage that I keep saying I'm going to tear apart and use for terrain and stuff. But then every time I bring something inside to work on it, he goes, but, like, all right, fine. And I just end up handing it back to him. My son is definitely a collector. Doesn't matter what. If he thinks it's his, he must collect it. Yeah, yeah, I get that too. Sometimes they see me pick something out of the garbage. I go, "Ooh, I could use that." The best one is when I took old couch cushions out of the garbage dumpsters, and like, what are those for? I'm like, trees. a stripe right down the middle of this one. Yeah, this is the one that's not connected. Not glued. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, let me just pop a little bit of glue. There. Stick it. There we go. She'll be fine in about 2 minutes. Oh, Warfleets is completely different. Completely different. Let's see. Let's see if I can remember how it plays off the top of my head. Every ship has, well, okay, this is going to sound just like OPR, but every ship has a armor value or a defense value, and then they have a 2-hit value. So like larger ships like this one here, well, this is a medium ship, it's probably going to be a 3 or 4. That means that instead of rolling a quality for your ship to hit, you roll on the hit value of the enemy ship. Because it's like this guy you hit on a 4, these guys you hit on a 5 or 6, this guy you hit on a 2. And then every ship has a different number of systems. Like bigger ships have 4, 3, 2, 1, depending on the size. And then each one of those systems, whenever you get hit, unless the weapon says otherwise, it does 1 damage to 1 system. Each system has 3 hit points, and once you take all 3 hit points in that system, it gets blown off the ship. It can't be used anymore. Yeah, engines, guns, and stuff. Like this one here, since it's a big ship and its movement is kind of slow. I think it only moves 4, 8. So if it moves 4, it can shoot. If it moves 8, it can't. I gave it, what are they called? Pulsar engines. Gives it an additional 2 inches to that scale. So instead of a 4, 8, it's a 6, 12. So that's a whole system, and if that system gets blown off, it's back down to moving 4 inches and shooting. Yeah, why not? Yeah, you should be able to use narrative heroes in your regular games. The only caveat to that is, like I say, if you're going to go to a tournament or something, it'll be in the tournament pack if they want you to or not. Really, the narrative heroes are just like a regular hero with maybe a little tweak to what a regular hero can do. Like they come preloaded with their special rules, and they might just be a little different than the rest of the heroes in the army. Which, it's pointed the way it needs to be pointed, so it's balanced. Yeah. There goes the furnace again. When is spring gonna get here, man? It's like 15 degrees and ice outside still. All right. What color? I think that black is ready to get some metallic on it. And so for that, we're going to use us some cheap acrylic stuff. The only thing with this is you got to water it down, because look at the viscosity of this. Just boop. It's like trying to paint with cake frosting. Yeah, it's artist grade paint, but this whole thing only cost me like $4. So, okay, so we got silver, and what we are going to do is we're going to put just a touch of black in there. For less than a dime, I've made a bolt gun belt. Okay, so the little ones first. Ta-da! Well, thank you. Okay, and we got this one, just the engines on this one. That in there. Okay. Now, again, we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to go in there with some rusts and some busts, and you're going to see me do some sponge work if I can find my sponges. Where'd they go? Oh, remember how I said I used to go dumpster diving for couch cushions? Turns out they make pretty good sponges for painting, too. Ta-da! Okay, so what do I want first? That. Now we're going to get our tweezers. What's up, Vermin? How you doing? This might not show up great. It might not show up great on the little one here, but a little sponging. Although technically they're in space, they shouldn't rust, but yeah, you know, we'll say the stuff they made it out of rusted before they got it up there. Okay, so there's the first step is the sponging. Give that about 30 seconds. There you go. Yeah. Scorch marks. We'll say they're scorch marks. And then go back in with this. New sponge. Hey, Riverboat Sam, how you doing? Ooh, sounds like fun. Hold together. There we go. The sponge is not cooperating with me. Ooh, sounds like you're gearing up for a big old fight. Oh, that sounds great. I just, well, didn't just. I got my epic stuff sitting over here waiting for paint. Ooh, ooh, stretch. But let's see, I got some Blessed Sisters and a 5,000 point swarm of Alien Hive slash Tyranids. So soon I will paint that. I might take that with me because I got to go to Indianapolis again next week. I might take that with me up there. Just so I can do some work on it. That one's up to you. I mean, the sleek, advanced ratmen would be an interesting change compared to what you normally see them as. So now, I'm gonna cheat because normally I have a 3-color system for rust. You know, uses like some Amorite red, some orange brown, and I think it was German black brown. But we are so gonna cheat. Ta-da! I'm gonna use some rust wash. Little boop, 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 boop. And so that's the light rust. Where's the thick rust? Oh yeah, here we go. this rust texture, it actually has some grit in it as well, and you can hear it in the bottle. Make sure I get some of that grit in there. There we go. I just throw everything into like a Tupperware box. I'm driving. I'm not flying down there, so I can take as much as I want. So now, where is my thrash brush? This is my beat to hell brush. Even though actually it still has a pretty good point to it, but this is the one I use for all of my like base textures and stuff. So, yeah. Ooh, that was cold. Now we're just going to touch in there. No, there's no odor that I can tell. It's not like dirt. It's not like dirty down rust. Focus. There we go. Yeah, there's no real smell to it. This is the Ratman clans. This just got put out, as far as I'm aware, just got put out by Sable Badger, who's doing FDM fleets for all the one-page rules factions. Like these are the Ratmans, and then I also printed out the Human Defense Force here. So that'll be the next project. But he's got quite a few of them so far. Oh yeah, bright violet. Yeah, that would go nicely. Yeah, I got some of his Alien Hive stuff. I printed, like, before I got my FDM printer fired up, I would print them in resin at half scale. So I'm going to have to rebuild the Alien Hives in FDM here. Yeah. Rats in space. Greetings. Sable Badger. Sable Badger. Badger. Maybe I'm an orc. Don't hold me to that. Yeah, it looks rusted enough. Maybe a little more right in there because I missed it. All right. So now we only got two things left. We got the cockpit area and then exhaust. So for the cockpits, I don't know. I think green would look good. Dark green. For like these guys, like this area in here. Yeah, I think dark green would look all right. Let's see. Let's what we got? We got okay. I'm gonna go through this stuff again over here. There we go. Found it relatively quickly. Let's do a little drip. Yeah, we'll put this down. We'll put this down as the base color, and then we'll give it a little little ding in the corner with yellow. Sounds like I got two cats upstairs growling at each other. the nightly territory fights. Okay, while that is drying, time to work on the back ends. Yeah, right. In order to get a bright purple, we got to start with white. So let's fill up some engines. Okay. Now back to the front. Just give them a little yellow dot. Hey, how you doing, Tabletop Date Night? Doing good. All right. We're almost done here. Now it's just time to do the engine exhausts. Close to dry. Yeah, close to it. Close enough. Well, thank you. Yeah, it looks. That's a look. Oh, I'm not even on camera. There we go. All right. Just creepy enough to work. So, that is finger stuck right in the paint. And again, go away. All right, so this is 300 points of ratman fleets here. They'll be hitting the table soon, probably for a Wednesday video one of these days. I just got to do the Human Defense Force. So, that's it for these. Let me show off some other stuff. I did the wheel at the end of our last Grimdark Future game and ended up getting the Machine Cult. And for the Machine Cult, I went with... I tried to get as much radiation as possible in the army. Oh, so these are the Rad Cult. I got these from the Makers Guild. And then these from the Makers Guild for my shock priests. And then for the walkers with the lances, let's scroll up here. Walkers with lances. I got 2 of them. Here's one. And then I wanted to be a little more dynamic with this one, so I'm going to be building out a base for him. But here we go. Just stepping on something. That's dynamic, right? So everything in this army, except for this one model, is from the Machine Cult, or from the Makers Cult, and then this one is from Red Makers, except for the head. He's an infiltrator. I forgot to print the head. I just happen to have one of those laying around. So that is next week's project, or knowing me, tomorrow's project. But yeah, so that is it, guys. We did it. The fleet is done. They're gonna get a matte coat, so the bases lose their shiny, and then, you know, so we can preserve the rust. So that'll do it for me tonight, guys. I hope you had fun watching. I hope you have fun playing OPR wherever you are. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.